tumultuous planet of Kanak, an Imperial delegation is landing to welcome the newly allied planet to the fold of the Imperium. These local tribes will bolster Imperial forces on the front lines of the Emperor. However, not all of the barbarian tribes are happy with their new Imperial overlords, and as such, a swarm of over 2 million of them are now trying to swarm the landing zone. After rejecting the Emperor, chaos has taken hold amongst some of these barbarians, and 30,000 demonettes join their ranks, supported by 30,000 renegade gunners. The Imperial landing zone is a formation of death with 10,000 Cadian gunners, 25,000 Death Corps of Krieg, 100 Lehman Russ battle tanks, 60 artillery guns, and finally 100 Blood Ravens. The Imperial forces here showing the barbarian hordes the real wrath of the Emperor. And if you do enjoy this content, please leave a like and consider subscribing, as that's the best way to support the channel. With all that being said, let's get on with today's slaughter. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off the slaughter, and already you can see the Imperial artillery is really going to work, sending barbarians flying through the sky. Massive amounts of explosions start erupting across the front line as the barbarians start pushing their way forward. The Imperial delegation here, they are not holding back with any firepower as bullets rip. Oh my god! Look at that front line being absolutely decimated. Hundreds and thousands of bullets are going in. Look at the artillery shells. Oh my god, they are absolutely devastated. The poor old barbarians being flung through the air without any animation here. Oh my god, so many are dying here in our initial bout. Already 18,000 kills has been had here. The barbarians, though, relentless in their nature. They are used to taking insane numbers. Now, the Barbarians of Kanak, ladies and gentlemen, they forgo traditional weapons, preferring to fight with axe and shield. They are an insane bunch. Specifically, the Skull Takers of Kanak are what we're going to be focusing on really here. That's the Imperial Guard Regiment that has been recruited from this planet. Oh my god, the rest of the barbarian horde are not happy with it at all, and they are taking insane losses here. We can see the Imperial lines resolute, standing here, auto guns at the ready, last guns auto blasting out, even though we've got no last gun ammunition, but still we can hold out hope that the devs will add lasers at some point. But look at this, the barbarian hordes, decimation is occurring here. Oh my god, so many of them are dying here. It's hard to tell even what explosion is what at this point. Bolter rounds are flying over. Shells from tanks are exploding. Earthquaker shells are exploding everywhere. These barbarians are taking monumental losses here, trying to get to the front line. Let's scoot over to the flank, see if they're having any more luck over here. Well, it does actually look like they're getting a little bit closer over here. You can see that they are actually getting quite close to the Imperial line here. So much so that the deflection is starting to have a bit of effect here on the Krieg. The Krieg are resolute in their defense. They're not giving up an inch of ground here. The Imperial High Command must be defended after all. Hence why the Blood Ravens are also here. Look at that front line. Absolute decimation is occurring here to the barbarian horde. 120, coming up to 130,000 losses now. Oh my. The poor old Imperials here have only lost 46 troops. I don't know why I'm saying poor old Imperials. They're not poor at all at this moment. However, the sheer weight of numbers is starting to get around the edges here. But you can see them artillery shells. Oh my god, they are putting in so much work at the moment. Decimating that barbarian horde. That is insane, actually. I think with each shell here, at least 100 to maybe 200 barbarians are killed. Look at them scatter. And the ones in the background, absolutely fantastic. But just look at how big the horde is. Look at that. That is a lot of barbarians here that this Imperial delegation has got to deal with. You can see the good old tanks here on the back line, the Lehman Russes, just putting out shell after shell here. Absolutely devastating effect. Good old Blood Ravens as well. Bolters at the ready, just laying the Emperor's Wrath down onto these. I haven't actually seen many demonettes yet. That's kind of interesting. They're definitely in here somewhere. They can take quite a bit of punishment as well. Do bear in mind that they have got gunners here, so they do have the ability to shoot back. As you can see, there's a couple here that are making their way to the front line. So these enemies, they're not all just melee. They do have the ability to shoot back at the Imperials. However, like I said, guns just are not the Barbarians' forte. They don't really care about it. And if you are interested in learning more about the Skull Takers of Kanak, on Chaotic Pinky Plus, pretty soon there should be a lore video about them, so you can go ahead, go over there and learn all about them. But meanwhile, our Barbarian Horde here, 260,000 losses, sorry. That is absolutely insane. Now at 270,000. The amount of death that is occurring here, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely fanatical levels here. The Barbarian Horde is simply disintegrating as it gets towards this Imperial line. Oh my god, so much blood is being spilt here. Khorne will absolutely love this one, ladies and gentlemen. Though I do think it's mainly Slaanesh that's got its tentacles into the Barbarians at the moment, with their desire to kill. It's kind of strange. I would have thought that they would be Khorne worshippers, but according to this, it's they've got some Slaanesh influences. I don't know. Perhaps they've got some... Perhaps their desire to kill is bigger than the actual killing itself. I don't know. It's a bit strange. But you can see that the sun is starting to set slowly here. This battle is going to rage on into the night here. 550 losses so far to the Imperials. It does actually look like this. The Barbarians are starting to actually get to the front lines here. I can see a couple of demonettes as well making their way in. Oh my god, Men of Kree, get the shovels ready. It's shovel versus axe and demon claw here on the front line. The losses, the body pile here is really starting to work to the attacker's advantage. A lot of the artillery shells now are going to be hitting the body and the body pile and not actually landing behind it. The higher it gets, the better, frankly, for the attackers. Oh my god, look, the tendrils here of the Chaos Barbarian Horde is starting to reach all the way around. Look at this, there's quite a few demonettes here getting to the front line. A few of the Men of Kree here looking a bit worse for wear. Oh my god, look at that. A couple of the Chaos there getting flung into the lines of the Imperial Guard. But yeah, the losses are starting to climb now though. However, it cannot be understated that the Barbarians, 433,000 losses so far. The Imperials coming up to their first 1,000. It's a damn good kill ratio. The elite soldiers here putting on a fine show for the delegation. Look at that. The amount of firepower that's going onto this front line is absolutely insane. No matter where you look at all the bullets whizzing overhead. That's fantastic. The amount of explosions going off as well on this line. Oh my god, look at all of them. As soon as they get over the top, it's just a deluge of death. Bullets pattering all over them, just riddling them like Swiss cheese. Look at this though, nighttime is starting to set here. The flashes and bangs of the night going out more and more. Look at this, are starting to push out into this flank. And the further and further they push round from the flank, the less and less firepower is focused on the front line. However, the Barbarians really are still struggling here. Let's go in, let's have a look what it's like at night time on the front lines. Holy Jesus, look at that. That has got to be terrifying. Imagine being here and all you can see through your gas mask is just a mound of bodies in front of you, and occasionally a crazed barbarian comes charging at you with an axe and shield. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. The Barbarian Horde here trying to encircle and actually get around the Imperial Guard line here. If they manage to do that, they'll have access to the guns and the tanks, and that will be absolutely brilliant for them. In the center of everything though, the Cadians here having an absolute field day, just laying down massive amounts of firepower. The Barbarian Horde is still melting on the front line. They are desperately trying to push forward with absolutely everything that they've got here. But it's just not been enough yet, ladies and gentlemen. However, like I said, the Imperials are taking losses here now. 1,700. When with every loss, that's a little bit less firepower on the front line. It is going to be very interesting to see what happens here. What we're quickly going to do is we're going to hit a time-lapse camera very quickly and see if the Barbarians can actually push in a little bit closer for the kill. So, we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, 1 million kills has now been achieved by the Imperial Landing Force delegation here. And my god, the Barbarians are trying to make up for it, desperately pushing now into the Men of Krieg. Look at this, they're actually making their way to the front line. 4,600 losses to the Imperials so far. But is it going to be enough? There's 750,000 Barbarians remaining here. But it does appear that the Imperials are still holding the line. The body pile is getting truly insane in the middle there. Look at this. Oh my, that's at least 4 to 5 men high here. Absolutely beautiful defense so far by the Imperial Guard. But is it going to last? That is the true question here. They might just collapse at any second here, especially as the Barbarians are getting closer and closer to that front line. As I said, every single Imperial soldier lost is vitally important because that's less and less firepower on the front line. Though, I must say, it does look at this. There's a massive body pile here. It feels like it's somewhat waning. Oh my god. Is this going to be the case? Are 30,000 odd defenders going to be able to take on 2 million here? That's going to be quite a feat. The Barbarians constantly pushing in. The shields trying to deflect what bullets they can. Look at them. Oh my god, the poor old souls. As day starts to break here. And the evidence of slaughter speaks for itself. Look at that insane. But let's go have a look here. You can actually, remember, this is a flat piece of ice that we're on. We're literally fighting on a lake. So it's like completely 100% flat. So this body pile is truly insane. Literally 1.2 million bodies all piled up here. And you've got to hand it to the Barbarians. Regardless, they're still pushing forward. They're holding out hope. It's just more and more ammunition. More and more bullets and the shells just rip open that front line. They are taking stupendous losses here. How's this flank doing? See, this was the most successful thing that they've done yet. And it feels like it just hasn't got the same level of oomph that it had before. They are pushing in, though. It's just they're not getting enough kills here. The kill counter is going down way too slow for the Imperials. Look at this. There's even secondary body lines behind it now. Absolutely fantastic defense. Now, I have to wonder, though, how long can they hold out for like this? Like I said, it only takes a few extra dying. Look at that. Oh, sorry. But it only takes that few extra dying for the defense to really start collapsing here. However, I don't think they're going to have that much of a problem looking at this front line. The Barbarians are getting absolutely annihilated the second they come over there. Oh my god, 550,000 of them remaining here. And look at this, the flank has waned completely now over here. Oh my days, the Barbarians. They've tried their damnedest, but it is becoming a death slug at the moment. This is what happens when you do not come into the Imperium's fold, ladies and gentlemen. It would have been much better that these would be fighting against chaos rather than turning towards them. But look, I love that front line. That looks so cool. Let's get some cool cinematic shots here. Look at that. Just no matter what they do, as soon as they come over the top here, absolute annihilation occurs. Just bullets, bombs, bolt-arounds, artillery shells, tank shells, and all you've got is a spear, a shield, and an axe. Barbarians, 476,000 of them remaining. The Imperials, 29,000 remaining, with 6,000 losses. They have done an elite job here for an elite force. However, look at this. The Barbarians seem to be pushing this flank again with more vigor. This is really strange. So yeah, we're at full daylight now. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. I love that body pile. That looks so amazing. So it really does look like then a lot more of the barbarians pushed around on this flank here. This could be really interesting to see what happens over here, because look, this entire flank now has pretty much been cleaned out. So I'm going to very quickly hit another time-lapse camera. We're going to have it, let's have it over here. So we can see this flank just quickly get cleaned up, and let's see what happens with the flank in the distance. We'll be back in a moment. Well, there it is. The well of resources runs dry for the enemy on this side as the Chaos team runs out of troops on this. Look at this. The entire flank now has been secured on this side, freeing up the gunners to absolutely annihilate this middle segment here. And my God, annihilate it. That is exactly what they're doing. Let's go have a look at the flank over here, though. So, as you can see, the barbarians, unfortunately, have not had much success at all. The shovels of the Krieg have just been holding it back relentlessly. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, where's the camera going? Look at that. Insane front line here. The Krieg holding firm, not even yielding 1 foot back. In fact, just standing on the bodies of the enemy. There's more of them getting flying through the air, joining the space program. Oh my God, look at that. The absolute deluge of death here, ladies and gentlemen. Only 190,000 enemies remaining here, and that number is rapidly dwindling, as we can see. This is the only active flank now. I think even the center over here has pretty much been cleaned up. Oh my God, look at all the barbarians that died out there that never even got a chance to know what the hell was going on. Oh my God, absolutely fantastic. I love this body pile as well. And it's not the tallest one, but my God, look at how long it is. That's what she said. Anyway, look at these barbarians here now, trying to desperately push forward. At this point, you'd think they'd give up. Only 160,000 remaining from 2 million plus. That is absolutely brilliant here. The kill-to-death ratio for the Imperials has been exquisite. Only 7,383 losses now. That is fantastic. The barbarians really are trying to push with everything that they've got. They're going to die trying rather than succumb to the Emperor here, because they've already succumbed to chaos. Well, at least one thing we can say, though, is that this battle is lore accurate. The Imperials did pretty much crush any resistance on Kanak, and the Kanak Skull Takers did join the regiments of the Imperium, and they just still refuse to use any melee weapons. It's absolutely insane to think that there's basically troops out there in the 40k universe that are just going around with double axes. I mean, it doesn't look that effective to me at the moment, but you know, who am I to complain? I suppose they make excellent cannon fodder here. It's exactly what they've been here. My God, they can build some huge walls as well, actually, out of the corpses. Oh my. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this one is pretty much called here, so we're just going to quickly time-lapse the last little bit here, just to see if they do actually manage to push in. If not, well, I kind of expect it from this point. So, once again, we'll be back in a second. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the last 10,000 of the barbarians absolutely being mopped up right now. Look at this, flinging themselves headlong into the Imperial lines, knowing that their entire tribe has been wiped out and that they are the last to gain honor amongst them. Although, I don't think there's much honor here. Look at this, they're just coming over the top and then insta-death. Just good old Krieg here have held this area for so long against such overwhelming odds. Look at that for a body pile. That's absolute insanity. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, the last 2,000 barbarians here tried to make their way in. Look at that. That is absolutely brilliant. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who helped keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not click the join button below. And as a reward for being a channel member, your bonus content is now available, so go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and check out Chaotic Pinky Plus, where we're going to be uploading lots of Warhammer lore videos. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.